punishment in the eyes of man. So when we are listening to people speak about the punishment of God and the fear of God, this is a untrue statement, because God neither punishes, and you cannot fear someone who loves so unconditionally. So therefore, those words are used to control the masses by a person in a higher state of being in the physical. And control, unfortunately, is a gift that too many feel that they need to possess. In actuality, everyone controls their own existence, their own arrival and departure in the physical, their own set of circumstances. You pick your desired set of parents for whatever lesson that you feel that you need to learn, because ascension is the main goal of every soul who decides to come to planet Earth, and therefore others who are not on planet Earth but are elsewhere in the universe. Their main goal also is to reach a level of ascension, and ascension is merely the knowledge or understanding God more fully. It is not a mysterious place or an unattainable status or situation, but a place of desire for each individual soul to go back to its roots. We are all, as you know, connected in this family of spirit, in this creation and co-creation with God. We are here to create our lives with lessons that we need to learn in this particular incarnation. And I know to many that seems strange coming from someone who led the kind of life that I have led. But from this position, you are now seeing things in a different light and understanding that there are many things on planet Earth that are untrue and are taken as truths, and all need to learn the difference. And I will say to you, the best way to know whether one is speaking a truth or an untruth is to listen to yourself, to go within and to determine for yourself whether it rings true or not. Everyone has choices, and everyone is entitled to their choices. God is not cruel, and I have heard this very often because of some of the weather or the disasters that is going on planet Earth. These are not choices of God. These are choices of those who populate the Earth. The Earth changes in many directions and for many reasons. Disease is a choice of earthlings and not of God. If you take that word and hyphenate it, it is now called dis-ease. And because of the dis-ease that is on planet Earth, it manifests itself in corrupting bodily functions. However, there is always the opposite to the dis-ease, and there is always the opposite to the negative. There are two sides, there are two choices. One is love and one is fear. And from these two choices come all of the elements of your life. You will act and react to fear, or act and react to love. And the choice is yours if you care to go through this particular incarnation in fear, then all of what you have created with this element is brought back to you. With the word love, if you choose to love, if you choose first to love yourself, because this is what your Creator wants, is for you to love yourself, then all that you create will manifest itself in that particular realm of abilities. So you see, therefore, you have only two choices, and one is fear and one is love. However, sometimes we seem to mix the two in various combinations of physical life. Once we decide what is fear and what is love, then it is a more crystal path as to which we would rather travel. I would suggest that the love path would be more conducive to bringing this life to a more pleasant conclusion. We are all here to learn lessons, if you will. We are in a very large place of schooling, and I say we because I have shared this particular manifestation with all of you who are now on planet Earth. So it is your decision on which way you care to travel. And we here on the other side are here not to interfere with your choices, but to guide you if so asked. We do not interfere with choices. We can only guide if we are asked. Interfering with a physical entity's choice of mode of transportation through this particular realm or this particular incarnation is not allowed. No one can interfere with your choices unless you allow them to. So therefore, so many will say then, why does God allow? God does not bring these things upon you. He allows you to do it to yourselves for the sake of the lessons. For He knows that the physical is not a state of continuous being, that you will all one day step aside and become the spiritual beings that you always have been. When we talk of reincarnation or we talk of many lives, we talk of physical lives and not the spirit life, because with the spirit life you have always been and you always will be. Within God, your existence has always been. He created, shall we say, His children because He needed or wanted the experience of that particular fatherhood or parenthood. You see, God is always recreating Himself also. And there are all so many experiences that we go through in order to learn the greatness of God, to allow ourselves to become more powerful beings, because within each of us is the spiritual power to move mountains.